Hello, my fish fam. This is Nikachu Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we're going to play another round of Modern Merfolk. Yeah, Merfolk is still around in Modern, and Modern's still around, so Merfolk is still going to be around. Long story short, I think this deck is really well positioned. The only problem I would have right now is Yawgmoth. I don't have a very good... I would love to play test. I got a new idea against the Yawgmoth deck. I want to tempo them out. I want to siphon their mana with Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper. We're going to lock them out, and we need maximum island walk to make the most out of our lords. But that's something that needs to be tested. I don't want to counterspell anything. I just don't even want to see Yawgmoth hit the battlefield because they don't even have black mana in order to do it. Outside of that, I'm confident in every other matchup. I really don't care about what they're throwing me at in this format. I guess I don't want to see elementals. Outside of that, that's okay. It's all okay. All right, so let's get into our league. Where's our music? We need some music around here.
Golden music.
No. There we go. Modern 100. Do I have 100 play points? Beautiful. Let's go. Play match league.
There's no chat.
Hmm?
There's no chat.
It's probably because there's no one here. We didn't give anyone a chance to show up. They're coming. Don't worry. They're coming. We're live. I hope we're live. All right. What did we win that? We lost the die roll, and we have a one lander. I'm gonna mulligan.
We're here. We are here.
On where's the chat here? There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on. There we go. Welcome, everybody. All right, this hand looks a lot better. And because I mulliganed, I don't know what our opponent's up to. Because I mulliganed, Force Negation's a lot worse. Yeah, I'm just going to dump it. We have a nice curve, actually, into Mistcaller, into a Lord, into another Lord, and Trickster to interact with our opponent if necessary. Planes! All right, we're already up against Hammer Time, which is fine. I'm happy to play against Hammer Time, to be honest. I don't want to say it's like one of our better matchups, but I mean, there's worse out there. Get our Mistcaller out. A card that is not good for this matchup. You want more interaction than aggro, and we do have some interaction. Oh, boo you. Stoneforge Mystic. They're just making it as hard as possible. On the first turn of the game. They're getting the hammer. The hammer's on its way out. Okay. Now we can Ether Vial. Very well timed Ether Vial. So we'll play our Cavernous Souls on Merfolk, and we're gonna sneak in. This is gonna look so sus. They're definitely not gonna block. But I mean, if they do block, we have Hexcatcher here to blow them out.
Come on.
Oh, so they are thinking about it. Why would they do this? Why on earth would they attack with a 1/1? What could go wrong? Exactly. Anything could go wrong. Now, we do put the Cavernous Souls because I may need to play Trickster against something. It looks like we're going to just die. This looks like one of these games. We're on the draw versus Hammer. Guess we die? Because they get to attack with the Stoneforge Mystic, and then they can play the Hammers afterwards. Like, I'm not going to play my stuff like this. So, yeah, we'll play a Hexcatcher. Yeah, we'll play a Hexcatcher. How many artifacts are on the battlefield? Not many artifacts. Another Hexcatcher. So I can attack with both Hexcatchers. But if I attack with both Hexcatchers, then it leaves me open to some other stuff. Or what could they do? They could actually flash in the hammer, equip the stone. They could block, flash and hammer, equip Stoneforge Mystic. That's not good either. Or block, like, activated into play. Well, this is like a damned if I do, damned if I don't situation. So they can put a 1/1 artifact into play and they cannot activate Inkmoth. Charge! Still no blocking. They're fearful. Yeah, you should be. You should be. Okay, this could be very awkward, but anyway, we're going to play our Ether Vial and then pass. Too bad this didn't say like any. Why is it non-token creatures? It just should be for anything. Anything whatsoever. Yeah, there's the construct, which we can just completely pop with a trickster. Hello, Lucas. Hello, Lucas, David, Michael, Endgame Gold Medals. Okay, so activate. Where's the hammer going? It's going to go on the Stoneforge Mystic? Really?
Tab it down.
I don't really want to be honest. I'd rather blow up a construct because it's still gonna. I'd rather like block with my Stoneforge Mystic than anything. Here's the thing: like this thing doesn't fly, but it is a lot of damage. Then what do I do about these stupid dummies?
Yeah, I get you pop them.
I could take 14. They're at 16, and I got 2 lords. I could start holding Mistcaller back on defense. I could even block with Mutavault, Violin, or something, then flash in Hexcatcher. Yeah, I want to chip away at the defense. Okay, so cancel. Because the thing is, if I have an opportunity right now, if they play a land, then they can play the other hammer, so. I'm going to opt to blow up a construct. As weird as that looks. And you want to hit me for 1,000,000 damage? Hit me for 1,000,000 damage. But if they play a land, I'll just block this stupid Stoneforge Mystic. And there's the land. All right, so now they are threatening super lethal. Actually, they're not threatening super lethal, because I can just counter it with my I can counter with Hexcatcher if I need to. But do I want to? I'll take this. I'll take this damage. I'll try to counter the other hammer, and then we'll try to chump block a bunch of other stuff. Sweet. All right, so we're gonna get some use out of this Mistcaller.
See ya.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be ya. And I will take a lot of damage, but we're hanging on. We're hanging on. We just have to start blocking this dummy. Then maybe we can squeeze in enough damage in the end. Oh, it's close. It's really close. All right, so plan is attack. And then next turn, we're going to activate Mutavault, block Stoneforge Mystic, and then play our Hexcatcher off of the mana before it dies. That's the plan. I got no guarantees it's going to work, but that's the plan. This is so deep. Imagine a whole game dedicated on one move like this. Yeah. And of course, if there's like another hammer in hand, they'll just activate Inkmoth and kill me. Yeah, taking damage. Life is a resource. Are you using it properly? Okay, not even activating the Inkmoth. Unbelievable. I can almost block and kill that stupid construct. All right, here we go. I block.
Tap it for mana.
Well, they have priority first. Okay, we're gonna make a construct. Fair. No! Wait a minute. Are they tapped out? They're not tapped out, technically. Okay, hold on. So how is this gonna work out? I could even sack this Mutavault.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be tapped. All right, so let's target this. Sack the Mutavault. It's gonna die anyway. Now you gotta tap your construct, which clears the way, sort of. Why didn't you just attack with this thing and equip the hand? Then I would be dead. I guess I had too much stuff open. We'll get rid of this Trickster, I guess. We ain't dead yet. This doesn't look good, though, because this is going to pop next turn. I'll go find another hammer. We need some sort of interaction here. Harbinger would be... No, Harbingers are all on the side.
Lame.
I guess Trickster would be fine. I'll take a Trickster at this point. Well, I might be just dying to the construct. Maybe. I mean, if this is Trickster, maybe not. I have to tap down the Inkmoth for sure. Or probably for sure. So there is some ways out of this. It doesn't look good, but it could be a lot worse.
He's stream sniping you right now.
Who knows?
Let's see what he's got.
Like, is it like the open ocean compared to the protected harbors of Modern? I want to lock him out while Roots hits the battlefield. Well, that's okay. Damn! We are just a little, very short on mana for both these cards. And I'm nowhere close to beating my opponent down. Alright, so what we have to do is we have to construct the bluff! The bluff! I'll probably play this land too. Maximize what they think they should be afraid of. Witherfang's like, I finally finished my dream Modern deck. Oh, congratulations. I feel very good for you. They must be actually like multi-streaming or something like that. Okay, while they take forever, I'd love to share a story with you. I had a very weird dream the other day. Now, this weird dream is predicated on me waiting. Because the thing is, right now, I'm waiting to find out what MagicCon's format is going to be for the Secret Lair Showdown. So in MagicCon Minneapolis, you can buy tickets, but you don't know the format. So I end up having like it's not a nightmare, but it was like a really, I want to say it was an annoying dream. I never had such a dream like this, where I just felt like disappointed, you know? And then what happened was the format was revealed in my dream, and that format was Machine. Now, in Machine, like 20%, I think 20% or half your 75 has to be artifacts, and at least one playset of an artifact creature. And I was like, damn it, Machine is such a niche format. I don't want to play test this stupid thing. I don't want to play test Machine. And I already bought the hotel, my hotel room to go to Minneapolis, and now I got to play test Machine. This is awful. So anyway, and then I kept waking up and like going back to sleep, and it would continue the stupid dream of me trying to figure out how to shove as millions of artifacts into a Merfolk deck, or do I have to force myself to play Hammer Time? Anyway. It was awful.
Machine format.
Yeah, the Machine format. The format called Machine. If anyone wants to turn this into real format, go for it. Although I have to say, actually, in the dream, it felt like the format was like Pioneer. Like it had the Pioneer card pool, because it didn't actually have the super powerful cards. It had like it was like very Pioneer-like.
My hotel's booked already.
The hotel is booked. I'm locked into playing Machine. And then when I finally woke up for the entire day, oh my god, I'm glad Machine was just a stupid dream. But it felt so real. It felt so real at the time. Anyway, I'm dead. Yeah, you got me. Can you beat me faster, please? Alright, we're bringing in the goods. Especially Spreading Seas. Maybe I should have more. Maybe I should add a Spreading Seas instead of this one Subtlety in the main. Take out Subtlety, take out some Force Negations. Miss Caller is completely unnecessary, actually. What else? Osveilun is not the best. Everything else is great. Your story gave me vibes of waking up a day my paper was due in high school or college. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I like the format idea for some weird reason. It was something like 20 to 30... Sorry, like...
the bulk of your deck.
It was something like 20 or 30 cards have to be artifacts, and then one playset has to be an artifact creature. Yeah, take it. Oh, this hand's great.
Watsy's gonna run with that.
Yeah. Machine format goated. Machine. Glad it doesn't actually exist. But it was like at least in my dream, it felt like some sort of really neat. It was like Oathbreaker or Tiny Leaders of like Magic the Gathering. It's like it's like some really niche format that exists, but like very, very few people play.
They're rolling out for Magic 30.
Yeah. Sounds a little bit slow, but it's got a lot of good controlling cards.
They mulliganed.
Good. It's Memnite. Sure, why not?
Ugh. When's that gonna get errated?
I won't.
It's like 4 mana.
To do something or not to do something? I guess do nothing.
Just get the dink off the table.
No, I'm going to wait for them to play the hammer. And then bam! Fork in the eye. That's basically how it is. Is your opponent playing machine? Yes, I guess so. Like, as far as I know, you could play any cards so long as like 20 to 30 cards of your deck. Well, that's just fucking rude. I think I will dismember this creature now because I need something to. That's just rude. I don't like that. I'll save the Harbinger for like creature tokens because I need to tap out now. You want to come into my Trickster? No, you don't, do you? All right. Well, so long, sucker. You're gonna die anyway. A land would be perfect. That is not a land. Alright. Play these stupid things. I can tap out for a little while because my opponent is also tapped out, basically. Every deck runs Urza Tolarian Academy. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Okay, that's great. That was a great draw. Alright, let's attack. The only problem is if they have a way of protecting the Ink Moth. Because they're going to crack the Saga. Let's see if they add mana. Are they going to go for it or what? They're not going to go for it. Wimp! Too bad I don't have Trickster here. Because they're going to get the Hammer. Or maybe they don't have Hammer in hand. They just depend on this stupid thing. Yeah, we'll dismember this.
Never didn't have it.
Or... yeah, I guess we'll dismember this. Not in love with the line, but whatever. Trickster never looks so good right now. Because I would really love to save the like when I get to 3 mana, that'd be great. Because now my hand is just super clunky, but I really can't do anything about it. It's a clunkaroony.
Land.
That's not bad, because if my opponent plays Hammer on their turn, it will fall flat. So, does this get bigger? It does. Do I care? Maybe, maybe not. Would they want to trade this Lord of Atlantis? I don't think they're going to trade... like, I don't think they're going to trade their Construct token for my Hexcatcher. Maybe. But I think it's worth getting in the damage. And I'll be forced to play Hexcatcher. Oh, do you know what I should... maybe I should have just played a Lord and attacked. Or I don't know. But if they block, I think I'm fine with this. Could be wrong, but I think I'm fine. Yeah, I think Force Negation is good in a spot with Ink Moth. You have nothing to do? That's good.
Love to see it. Pretty seas.
I have plenty to do. Oh, I get in that red zone. It looks like they ran out of resources.
Good.
Wonder if they'll print a Lord of the Rings Merfolk. I don't think they had any Merfolk in the lore. Why are they attacking with Ink Moth? Like they can do that. They just drew an Ink Moth, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe they drew it off of the Silent Clearing last turn.
Maybe J.R. Tolkien stole my fish.
Okay, so if I force a negation this, I'll have a lot of power. Because I can attack for, what, 7 next turn, then lethal?
Sounds good.
If you draw a Hammer, I die. If you draw a Stoneforge Mystic, you can play around it by waiting a turn. You know what? I think I'm going to protect my Lord. I think the clock is important. Like, if I counter this, I'll have him dead in 2 turns. Or threatening lethal in 2 turns. Okay. Turns out one of these lords are going to die after all. Probably the Hex Catcher. Because it's just smaller. Should have done this on your turn, right? Or done this first, get the hammer, then play March. Can't pay for anything. Anyway, I didn't want to do that, but what are we going to do? Hammer's on its way. Token had sea monsters, not much fish people. Unbelievable. Created the lore for all these other characters, but not the fish people.
Big card.
We finally have 4 mana to play 2 creatures on the same turn. 2 creatures! Do we have 2 creatures in our hand? No, they're all dead, unfortunately. Alright, now we hope our opponents will just top deck trash. That's some trash. That's trash I believe in.
Merfolk!
That's a good one.
Yeah, I can take down a moth.
So any Ink Moth kills us. So actually using Tideshaper on Ink Moth doesn't do very much. But I could Tideshaper just to Plains. And that puts our opponent in a position to like win the game next turn. So I think that's fine. That just makes it impossible for them to chump block. And like if they play Urza Saga next turn, I don't care. Like doesn't change anything.
Big damage.
Oh, you have another March? Oh. Increasing the clock for me, aren't you? Alright, no Pure Steel Paladin, please.
No top decks.
Oh, they gave me an island.
Oh, he's done.
They're like, oh, you think you have an island? I'll just give it to you. Okay, we're just running it back. A lot of marches from them. They wanted to march. That's a bad one-lander.
But he mulliganed.
If we get that second land... Dang. This hand is very good. I think we'll dump the Lord. I think I'm just going to want maximum interaction. Or maybe we dump this one? I'm going to dump one of the Lords.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep... I'm going to dump Lord of Atlantis. It's awkward. I honestly want to dump a land, but I need a land for Spreading Seas, and Spreading Seas is going to be super important. And also, if they march my Aether Vial, that would really suck. Esper Sentinel. That also sucks for us. Now I don't even want to play Aether Vial. Okay, I just can't let them draw cards. No, I wish I dumped the Aether Vial. I would never do that, though, in practice. I'm surprised they keep this post-board.
I'm not. You gonna get you 1 damage? Holy moly.
Of course. Get in there like a dirty shirt. Okay, Pure Steel Paladin and no artifacts.
Big.
It's quite a strategy you got over there. I'll let him have a turn. Oops. What is this turn? Yes, turn 2 Aether Vial. I think it'll pay off though in the long run. And I'm just hoping they don't have... Oh no, they have 1 artifact. They have Esper Sentinel. So if they play like 2 hammers, I'm cooked. Okay, we got the answer for that. There's 1 hammer. Oh, that sucks. They draw a card anyway. That's not good. Did I just see Scrybug? LOL, you put Lord back and drew it? No, I didn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. How rude. Very rude of them. They're probably going to draw a card off of the Spreading Seas. Well, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Oh, this is so bad. Or do I spread? Or do I dismember?
Spreading Seas hope to draw land.
I could dismember Pure Steel Paladin. It's when you cast or when it enters the battlefield. But then they'll get one activation off of this Urza Saga, and it'll be a 3/3, which I can kill with Trickster. I take 4, 5. It's so stupid, maybe it'll work. I could wait on it, but if they have, like, that, what is it, the steel thing? Maybe they don't, because they have all this other interaction. Because I could have waited for them to just play a hammer. But I guess they don't have a... It's very unlikely they have a second hammer. The problem with their fags, this problem with the scry bug, it means nothing right now, actually. So the hammer's already on the battlefield. But if they draw future hammers, I'm screwed. We do have a Spreading Seas for the Urza Saga. Come on, land, so Esper Sentinel doesn't gain shit. Man, I have to admit, Esper Sentinel is such an annoying card. I don't want them to draw cards, but there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, they make creature. Thing dies. I get island, and I'm not gonna play Aether Vial. So I'm gonna hit for 4, maybe 5. Another Urza Saga. Oh yeah, we're probably dead. The hand was too clunky.
Yeah.
Somehow we lost to turn 1 Esper Sentinel. I guess if I draw Tide Shaper, or actually if I draw another Spreading Seas into land, we'll be okay. I have to do it really quickly. Okay, draw land. Okay, I have to play Trickster now before Give of Runes can protect anything. I'm basically dead, though. I'll be dead very, very soon.
You don't know that. You only got 1 card in hand.
Oh, I know. I know. I can't beat the second Urza Saga. I don't have a second Seize effect. Why no play Aether Vial? Because Esper Sentinel. I don't want them to draw cards.
There's music.
I'm sort of in a losing situation because they drew like 2 cards. Or did I let them draw? I think they drew 1 card. That 1 card matters. Like, I need to deprive them of resources. There you have a second Esper Sentinel. It's really not what I care about. This Urza Saga is what I care about. Oh, yeah, it's only once each turn. Their first. Okay, yeah, you're right. I could get a free Aether Vial in play. Not bad. Not bad. Nice. Nice line.
You're going to flash in your dude?
Absolutely. I'm surprised they didn't even try. Oh, I guess the attacking is worthless. I just try to block with either Mutavault or Trickster. One more shot at Spreading Seas.
Come on. Big money! Big! Yeah.
How big could this thing be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Jesus. Oh, to be honest, I can't do anything. Like, they'll just find another hammer, equip it to Inkmoth Nexus, and I'm dead.
No! Oh, well. Hammer does it again.
Yeah.
It
was sort of close.
We're already losing to machine format.
Yeah, yeah, we're losing to machine.
So stupid.
Unbelievable. And I kept the maximum interaction, too. I dumped my Lord of Atlantis. Because what happened, just like in Game 2, it's interaction that helps you win these things. But personally, I think the way I've built my deck, Well, I should say I would feel way more comfortable with 2 more spreading seas in the main.
No.
The way I built the deck, I'm very happy with the Hammer Time matchup. This is
4
like
more.
one of the very few ways I would lose here.
4 more.
I think you'd get a DQ for an invalid deck for Machine. Ornithopter's OP, that's why. No, Urza Saga's OP. I think Urza Saga is what puts this deck over the top. The fact that it's a 1-card army making machine that also tutors. That's broken! Super broken. I got insanely stupid idea. Simic Merfolk land destruction. How garbage, but awesome would that be? It'd be pure hot trash, that's for sure. The ideas are always better than, you know, what works in practice. They're putting it on the Esper. All right, so we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Oh shit. Forgot about that guy. So I have to double block?
Too bad Aetherval couldn't block.
Maximize the Lord still on the battlefield. Dress down would be good.
Yeah, you should play that card. It's a blue card. Come
We have
on.
better things to do.
No!
Well, what would it do? What, you kill a giver of runes or something?
Yeah!
It's basically what it would do. And I don't even have that much life to spare for that dismember.
You'd still be, you go down to 1.
I'll go down to 2.
Whatever.
I was gonna get attacked for 1 billion damage next turn. That play makes them draw a card every time you cast a non-creature spell, so it's obvious he's playing the long game. Yeah. Oh, we're up against Caleb Schur. Combo Master. What has a Combo Master got up their sleeve today? I'll keep this hand. Very bad hand versus combo. It's just a bunch of lords and stuff.
Maybe he's playing Merfolk.
Well, this is the last thing I thought I would see from Caleb Schur. Unless this is just a random fetch land for Storm. Oh, is it Storm 2023? It is Storm in 2023. I do have a lot of cards for Storm. Actually, I don't have anything for the graveyard, do I? I got nothing for the graveyard.
Not a damn thing.
It's sort of nice, but not particularly useful. Come on, play Goblin Electromancer. I'll subtlety the hell out of it. I'm waiting. Got my subtleties ready. Yes, yes! Or Brawl, I don't care. There we go. Never got to do this before versus Storm. I'm happy to do it now. What are you gonna do with your Brawl? Gonna keep it? Or you gonna pitch it?
Top.
Put it on top. They like that Brawl. Okay, I can't do anything about Brawl. Brawl gonna resolve.
No subtlety.
No, I don't want another subtlety. And I'm not gonna bluff. There's like no reason to bluff here. Alright, Brawl's back. Come on, Spreading Seas. Actually, no, I don't have Spreading Seas in the main, and I cannot play both of them at once anyway. No! I forgot to put the Tide Shaper in play. Well, that's awkward. Okay, well, that hurts my Cloxy Nick. Playing too casually right now. Well, now what? We're gonna attack for 2. They're gonna take the damage. Well, now I can't actually play this thing at all. Damn it. I mean, I'm probably dead anyway. Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Alright, here we go. He's going for it. It's 2017 all over again. Because why not? I'm rooting for him to win, just so that like this tide shaper move didn't matter. You know, from Star Funks. Should I mean Star Fox?
Funks. I can't take him.
I'm sure there's no upgrades to this deck. Oh, there is Wish. Yeah, there's Wish. Okay, there's like probably very few upgrades to this deck. Do you have to wait a turn? Create a treasure token. You got it, bub. Want to make another one? You can do that. Does flashback spells cost 2 less? You may cast this card. Instant sorcery spells you cast, yeah? Well, of course. That's how it worked with, like, all the other things. Exile top card of your library. During your next turn, you may play that. During your next turn, you may play that card and as Storm. Alright, so what you're telling me is I gotta kill you, like, right now. Which I can't do, by the way. So they got Goblin, Desperate, Misty, Pyretic. It's a bunch of air. If there's no payoff card. Did I mention how bad my hand is?
No.
It's so bad. It's so bad. That card might be useful. It's so bad. So I guess if I played my cards right. Okay, I guess we gotta upkeep this stupid Baral. Or do I? Maybe I don't. Do I upkeep, hit the Baral? They have a Goblin Electromancer, which they'll play anyway. Force them to have it. Force them to have it. What do they get with Wish? Or maybe Galvanic Relay? Yeah, use it or lose it. Okay, I have Lethal on the board. That is a card I don't know. Oh, they played a card from your hand. You could play Misty Rainforest, can't you? Or is it only you can only play the cards? So you can only cast the cards, not play the cards? During your next turn, you may play that card. Yeah, you could play the Misty... Oh, they needed the red source? Alright, you got a Goblin Electromancer. Yeah. Go for it, Caleb. I'm rooting for you. Oh! There we go. This could be the difference between life and death. They put a card on top. Please. Oh! Maybe it's Metamorphose. Gives you manas. You got the manas. Oh yeah! Booyah! Worst hand possible wins. And worst play possible. Alright, what do we want? We want counter spells! When do we want them? Right now. Mistcaller looks... do I want Mistcaller? Maybe I want Mistcaller. Now, make no mistake, subtlety actually played a part in that game. That was the only thing. This is like the only piece of interaction I had, and it was good. Okay, do I want Svelun? It doesn't seem good in practice. I don't really have many cards. Like, I'm not gonna bring in Spraying Seas. It's possible I want Mistcaller just so that I have like early game plays and put pressure on him. I guess I want Svelun, because if it, you know, very often you do... Svelun sometimes sucks versus combo, but also this is the type of combo matchup where you're going to try to get control of the game. We're both trying to stabilize the board. So this is sort of a nice way of recouping cards lost off of like Force Negation or Dismember or something like that. It's possible Subtlety's better than Dismember because it guarantees that the card won't see play, whereas Dismember sometimes is a bit late. Sometimes. But I don't have many other sideboard decisions, so that's going to be it. Yeah, remember to bolt the brawl. I don't know if missing that Tide Shaper was it didn't. Yeah, it didn't actually matter. This hand sucks.
Are you gonna get the Wee Burgers in Minneapolis?
No, I actually went back to that restaurant and they're very expensive and they're very small actually.
They weren't what you remember.
They are not what I remember. Okay, they go first. I go. Yeah, this is good keep because they'll play Brawl turn 2 and I'll have nothing to do with my mana. Or Goblin Electromancer. Or usually that's how it goes.
Why don't you play Serum Brilliance?
Because it's trash.
Get through your deck faster.
Bad top deck.
It's a filter card.
Short on mana? Nope. What are we doing on main phase 2? Striking it rich, perhaps? Yes. Very rich.
Wouldn't that new 1 blue counter all things be good against Storm?
What?
Like that new mental misstep. Wouldn't that be good against Storm? That 1 blue counter all one mana spells.
No, it'd be terrible. Because the payoff cards cost more than 1 mana. Yeah. You just exchange for one of these random cards. You might as well play Spell Pierce. The F is this? Oh, you're going to keep striking it rich. How rich you are. Ether Vial.
It's good.
So actually, I should have played Mutavault. Okay, I think I will play this because this gives me the opportunity to hold up Force Negation without having to pitch a card next turn.
What are those Aether Vials still worth on paper? The foil ones.
Like $250 or something.
Not bad.
We're both just playing Drago. Like I said, it plays out like a control matchup sometimes. Witherfang is like, I miss playing against Storm. Well, I don't.
It's a very nail-bitey game.
This feels like maybe one of those games where if I just spewed out all my creatures, I would just put my opponent to a decision to win, and then that's it. He likes going to second main phase 2. The second main phase to see what I'm going to do. He likes doing that. And why not? He's not attacking for the win.
Uh-oh.
What?
Thoughting out.
No, it's not that bad.
Watch out.
I guess I can start attacking with Mutavault next turn.
Mutavault should get +1/+1 for all non-basic lands that you control.
So overall, I hate how this game is played out. This is terrible.
Come on.
Yeah, that resolves.
You're going to shoot him down?
Absolutely. See? Go straight to main phase 2. He wants to see if I'm clicking through my turn. I'm not doing that, Caleb here. I'm not no chump around here.
Bang.
I know you're playing combo. Just lets it die. Like a good combo player, you let that thing go. Bigger things to think about.
Takes him off some land.
This is so poorly timed. Yeah, I'll play this next turn. Okay. Get in there! This is Spacey says, yeah, I really miss playing against Grishol, Brand, and Infect. You know, those other disturbing combo decks. By the way, I'm holding up the Cavernous Souls to threaten potentially Hexcatcher. So he knows he has to play around Vidalian Hexcatcher. And he can't counter it with, like, Mystical Dispute or something. I have to admit, the longer this game goes, the worse it is for me. Like, it's actually not good that this game is going on for so long. Okay, let's start putting creatures in play. I loved playing against Hogak at the time. It was great. Hello, the Historian. I am merfolking for everyone. I merfolk for myself, and I merfolk for you.
That's really weird, actually.
We got Sveloony. I wouldn't mind putting that thing in play. But I could threaten a victory. Can I threaten a victory? Attack for 3. I think I can threaten a victory if I don't. So I'll attack for 5. Play Tide Shaper. If my board gets wiped, then my board gets wiped. And then I'll vial in a Master of the Pearl Trident at end of turn. Greetings! Fine luxury cardboard rectangles. Probably the greatest MTG YouTuber opener on the internet. It's basically a shout out to everyone except the Pauper players. Oh, you killed my lord! Oh, lord. Lord down. Okay. Want to Mystical Dispute this? My parents make fun of me by yelling greetings multiple times whenever you see them, yeah. Show up for Christmas. Greetings! I was listening at work and I had to look up if the Magic Historian made an appearance. Yes, he has. The Historian has arrived. What a nice, patient little game we've got here. I guess I'll play Sveloon. I don't really want to pump the vial up. Oh, no. 3. Okay, I'm going to attack. And we'll hold up Force Negation and Flusterstorm. Thanks for the friendly welcome, Stream Denizen. Firm greetings to you all. No, I wish I took this thing up. They didn't always have Force Negation and Flusterstorm available. What's in his hand?
Nothing good.
It could be a bunch of removal, but it's just not in a good. He's not in a good position to tap out for it or anything. Well, he's got in his head 7 cards. You know, I also have the option of Force Negate, pitch Sveloon, because then I'll have 3 mana up for maybe a Mystical Dispute.
I think he's cooked.
I can't win next turn unless I play Sveloon now, and I do have Flusterstorm available. If things go, like, really rowdy. Like, how do I lose this?
You can't. It's impossible.
It's gonna be patient. F it. F it all. Patience. Need to find a good balance of patience and aggression versus them combo decks, because he'll just keep drawing cards. I can do nothing about this. Right, he's run out of patience. Desperate Ritual. How desperate do you get? It's a lot of manas. And truth be told, it can pay for a lot of Flusterstorm activations, so this Flusterstorm may not be what I think it is. Serum Visions. Ha! Note, you didn't get anything cheaper on that one. Put a card, draws a card, cast Serum Visions, scries 2, 0 top, 2 bottom. Alright, that's a good sign. The Goblin Electromancer Army is here. Gifts ungiven.
Counter it.
Yeah, I think if there's anything we got to counter, it's got to be this thing. Okay, we will attempt to counter. For all I know, he's going to remand it. Oh, well, that didn't. Okay, that didn't happen. There must be another one. There must be a backup one. No, it's just a land. Oh ho ho ho!
Wow.
That's it, huh?
Sorry, Caleb. Old gray mare ain't what you used to be.
But the thing is, this Flusterstorm's now pretty crappy.
Lord. Big Lord.
I'm actually going to take this thing up to 3.
Lord, 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 Lord. Boom!
It's not terrible, to be honest. And I'm going to send these things in to their deaths. Because I really want my opponent's spells to be expensive if I have Flusterstorm available. I mean, he doesn't die, so he might just take all the damage. Alright. We're going to lose 1 Goblin Electromancer. I have 2 Merfolk, so this Feloon is indestructible. Second main phase. End of turn. Flash in Svelooni.
Lord, 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 Lord. Lord for the win.
Okay, they conceded. They're like, we're not gonna beat the stupid Sveloon. That's so
sorry, Caleb.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, we had the Lord. We were gonna win this thing anyway. And we had Hexcatcher. We were gonna extra beat him. Because I could just hard cast, attack for whatever we need to. And we're on the, the storm, blue-red storm. I have no doubt that storm in some form maybe can exist in this world. Hold on, wasn't there a storm deck with, it was green-red storm was pretty hot for a while. I'm surprised he's not trying more of that. I am Lord, 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 Lord. Green-red is much better nowadays? Yeah. It must be a thing like how I don't want to move from mono blue Merfolk to, I don't know, Simic Merfolk or something else that's weird. Azorius Merfolk? Oh god, I can't imagine ever wanting to play Azorius Merfolk. I had like just very, very short period of time where I wanted to play Ephemerate and Merfolk, but outside of that, no. I would hate to be forced. It's actually probably the same as when I was forced to play Simic Merfolk. That was awful. Yeah, you got the Goblin Anarchomancer style type of storm deck out there. Is there a way we could improve on Gift Storm? Maybe add black and merge it with Ad Nauseam? I think one thing for sure, like, there needs to be less dependence on the creatures somehow. I don't know though. I would imagine there is something there, but I don't know how to do it. The Graveyard Hate. Okay, there's a few problems for Storm now. Removal is super abundant, but also the Graveyard Hate is way better. Like, Endurance is a beating. Like, you can Gifts, and then they Endurance you. Gifts ungiven. I don't know what's better, waiting for it to resolve or not waiting for it to resolve. But it's like, it's brutal. You won the die roll. I would love to go first. This hand is poop. Too much manas. This hand is less poop. I'll keep it. Why awful? Oko Merfolk was the most OP deck you ever played? Well, I didn't really think the green was worth it. It just so happened that, like, green was good versus the Uro decks of the time. And yeah, splashing green for Oko. I mean, everyone had that idea. Come on, that wasn't a unique idea. Red deck? Oh, boy. Find me my lands, Goblin Guide. Oh, yes! Thank you so much, Goblin Guide. I appreciate you. Another Mist Caller. Well, if you Searing Blaze this thing, you're a fool. I guess we'll just Trickster down the Goblin Guide and then play Lord and Mistcaller. Are there any decent 1 or 2 mana Merfolk in green? No. Not really. There's Mist Binder, if you want to call that a decent Merfolk, but I wouldn't. You know, I'm going to take a weird line here. I'm going to attack for 3, but I'm going to sandbag my Lord because it looks like they're so desperate to play Searing Blaze. They look extra excited. They're so excited to play that Searing Blaze, they can't wait to do it. No! Oh, I screwed this up. Okay, now I am going to play this thing. It looks like I'm going to play this thing into Searing Blaze. I meant to play Mutavault and then threaten to block Goblin Guide with it. And then after they play Searing Blaze or a Bolt on this, then I play Lord and attack with all this. No, I'm sandbagging my Lord. I don't care. You're Searing Blazing something else.
Are you up against goblins?
Is America Control still a thing in Modern? No, it's dead. I mean, people can play whatever they want, but it's basically dead.
What are you up against?
Burn.
Oh, yeah. I like this machine format. All the other classics come out.
Yeah. I bet Dimir Merfolk would be sweet if they made some black aligned Merfolk. It would be good. You see? I knew it. I know. That's why I need the Mutavault out to block this idiot. And then that would be great. Well, you know what? I have a similar line next turn. Like, it shouldn't matter that much. Oh, Force Negation's coming up. Oh, that's some good news.
Ugh.
If you don't have a Lavin drop, your Searing Blaze sucks. Rift Bolt has been revealed. Lava Spike, sure.
Big. What do we want? Spreading Seas.
I don't know what I want to do here. Okay, so you have a lot of burn in hand. That much I know. Force Negation is super awkward. Been so much better if I had this last turn. I guess I attack for 4, put you to 9. You kill Lord. I block with Mutavault. Next turn. Like, it's just hard to use this Force Negation. It's really hard to use this Force Negation. Maybe I attack for 2. Rift Bolt comes off. I Force Negate that. Still attempt to block. No, I can't block. Because I have to tap 3 for Force Negation. First time seeing you playing Magic, says David. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually play this game.
He doesn't just talk about it like everybody else.
Yeah. I literally play this game. I'd like to think I'm a pretty good player, too. The game's sort of close. Now, I do have some weird lines. Like, I could attack with 1 Mist Caller, chump block. And then Force Negate that thing. And then play Master of Pearl, try and attack for 5. Go down to 7. Yeah, 7. Problem is, if I play, like... If I play a Lord attack for 4, I guess this is, like, removal? Maybe that's not so bad. This doesn't feel very valuable. Doesn't feel like good value. It's like it's a lightning bolt rod or something. It's just awkward. I don't like it. And then I may or may not block this goblin guy. Oh, my face! Well, that's not good news. The hell does that mean? Is that like a million Skewer the Critics in my future?
Filter.
Sveiloon is coming up next. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm going to try to block this idiot.
Dude was literally a pro. Yeah, for like a week.
Do I have lethal? I have 9 damage here.
How long were you a pro player for?
A year.
Yeah, a week then.
Could I die? I go to 5. 2 1-mana spells kill me. They obviously have something here. So they know that if I block Goblin Guide, burn the Lord, it's like pretty okay for them. There's like a lot of bad cards in their hand though that could, like, if I let this Goblin Guide through, maybe I win. No, okay, that's fine, I guess. And then we will go to block. Yeah, and then Sveiloon should be a great wall. Actually, a completely unnecessary wall. Ooh, a land has been revealed. Two burn spells kill me. But, I mean, I can't win anytime soon. Is it cheaper to rent commander decks on mana traders? If you want to play, probably. If you want to play like a lot, the deal with mana traders or any of these rental services, if you want to play like a lot of decks, it's the best way to play. Oh, that sucks. Lightning Helix always burns. Burns extra. So I have 5. Well, whatever. It's a 2-turn clock anyway. Sunbay Canyon.
Sunny.
Because if like it would cost way too much to play like buy sell buy sell buy sell. But if you want to play like tons of different decks all the time, then yeah, Mana Traders is always the way to go. All right, Skullcrack resolves. I go to 1, but I do have a Force Negation in my hand. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so we are going to leave a Mistcaller behind for any sort of creature that's top decked. Lord of Atlantis is okay, because I can win next turn with this. And I can afford to play an Ether Vial and hold up Force Negation. All right, we can deal with 1 burn spell. 1 burn spell. Not 2 burn spells, but 1 burn spell we can deal with. Okay, we got the Mistcaller for that. I'm assuming that's what they top decked.
Yeah, if he had a burn spell, he would have wasted it last turn for sure.
If we draw a land, it'll be an easy victory. If not, we might have to... Oh, okay, they tapped out. They shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. New mistake. Should have left the blue
Big Lord.
up. We were going to win anyway. Because I might have given them 1 more turn. Because I didn't want to tap out. Because I have this Force Negation. They also know I have a Force Negation. All right, we're on the draw. So the mana screw... Like, their mana sources are really vulnerable. But on the draw, the card sucks. So otherwise, we want Flusterstorm. I like Harbinger on the draw. I also like Subtlety a little bit on the draw as well. Definitely take out Dismember. Mistcaller's trash as hell. Tide Shaper is also sort of trash, but fine. I like Sveiloon because it's this huge blocker. Trickster's fine. Subtlety is fine. Maybe on the draw. So, no, I have Force Negation. I'll just play Harbinger. Or do I? No, actually, do you know what? I'm going to bring in Subtlety. I think just hitting like Goblin Guide or Swiftspear turn 1 is worth it. Like, you just have to slow them down a little bit. Or maybe it's better than Tide Shaper. Okay, how many 1-drops do I have? I can consider Subtlety a 1-drop. This is going to be, like, Tide Shaper on the draw is going to be so awkward. I'm going to bring in the Harbingers. There we go. I like that. I do like Subtlety on the draw. Your idea was good. Merfolk versus Burn was one of my favorite matchups, always close and fun to play. And always nerve-wracking.
Not for Andy.
This hand could do nothing. Or it could do everything.
Keep it.
Yeah, I'm going to risk it. I do need an island. Or a vial on turn 1. Very risky hand. Okay, that is maybe okay. I didn't have to burn any cards. That is not good. That is not good. Well, actually, I can at least dump one of these now to subtlety. The old keep. It's basically a one-lander, yeah. It's basically a one-lander, because I can't really make use of this. Well, unless I top deck Hexcatcher. That'd be fine. Well, speak of the devil. We got ourselves a Hexcatcher. You want to play a burn spell at end of turn? I will snap counter that thing. Countered. Gladly. So I don't know when I'm going to have another opportunity to counter anything with this. Got to keep that life total high. Did they mulligan?
No. Kept the full deck. Blue source. Oh, it's not even your turn.
Yeah. Color commentator here. Not the play-by-play commentator, that's for sure. I don't think I'm in a good position to play Sveloon here, because I think what's going to happen is I play Sveloon, they crack Searing Blaze, then they spend 2 spells on Sveloon and deal 3 damage to me. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's not so bad. It's not as bad as I think it is. And it's not like I can play Trickster and hold up blue for Flusterstorm. So if they play 2 burn spells on this, I think I'm okay with that. Because I only go to 14 and it uses up 2 cards in their hand. Are you going to path this? I'd be totally fine for that. It would make a lot of sense with the way they played their hand. No. Hopefully Sveloon finds us the golden counter spells. Golden. Sveloon is the way. Show me the way, Sveloon. Yeah, or they just burn me out. Yeah, there's a lot of options. All right, let's attack for 3. Sure. Go draw a card. We got a lot of cards in hand.
None of them good.
Well, these Flusterstorms are okay, I guess. I'll just pass. I never know when I can counter another thing, so we're going to use these right now. You never know when you never get to use them again. Because that was only attacks for 2. I mean, they could play land next turn, Skullcrack again, and pay for it. Rift Bolt resolves. Go to 8. I cannot cast anything. I should probably attack with this Mutavault. This is a mistake.
Or play Lord.
No, if I play Lord, I can't play Flusterstorm. I don't like that idea. Now, if I need, well, I need like a, well, actually, okay, I can play Subtlety for nothing to get more Storm triggers off of my Flusterstorm if necessary.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the tack right there. Okay, they just conceded.
Hooray.
It's not the end of the world, but they conceded anyway. This is the comeback arc. This is the comeback arc for this deck. Comeback Village.
What do you got against Wawa coffee?
Oh, it's just tasted like crap. That's all. It was super watered down. It was very overrated. Do you ever drink Wawa coffee?
Yeah, I had it in Philly a few times.
It's awful. No, way better was it did not. It's I don't even like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and I thought it was worse than that.
Shots fired.
In the challenge, I subbed a turn 1 Goblin guy. Don't know if it was right. Oh yeah, I would definitely do it. That's the whole point of Subtlety for me. Is just delay their game by that 1 turn. Big help. This is the beginning of the stream. How different is the deck from the one that got the top 8? I'm not even familiar with the one that got the top 8, so I'm not paying attention to any of those. Because there's like, the Merfolk decks that make top 8 these days, they're basically very similar. They got a little bit different flavor or whatever, but I mean, the Merfolk deck is the Merfolk deck. It's basically all the same. But if anyone has good suggestions for hammering Yawgmoth, I'm willing to dedicate like 2 sideboard cards to that card. The problem is, like, every card good versus Yawgmoth, it's so narrow. It's like Cursed Totem, super narrow. Pithing Needle, super narrow. Like, it's only good versus Yawgmoth and nothing else. Like, nothing else. Ether Gust still doesn't do anything versus Yawgmoth. Cast Yawgmoth. What does Ether Gust do? Nothing. It's fine versus Grist, I guess.
Grist.
I might prefer Mana Leak over Ether Gust. Because the problem is we don't have a very strong clock versus Yawgmoth. Like, if we play too control-y, like with Subtleties, they'll just recast the card anyway. Like, I don't know if I love Subtlety in the matchup anymore. I know nothing against Yawgmoth without it being narrow. I've just given up on that matchup. What is it like to play against the initiative decks? I have not played against any of them yet. Not in Modern, at least. I don't think they exist. Gust prevents every way to tutor for Yawgmoth. Yeah, but they side out half the tutors post-board. And hits every card but Yawg itself. I will give it that it hits the Corda Calling. But they'll like Corda Calling out on your turn, you Gust, they untap, they'll do it anyway. This hand is quite acceptable. Keep.
Yawgmoth incoming.
I will say Ether Gust is very flexible. That is a flexible card. That is good versus a very wide range of decks. You can even bring it in versus Burn. I actually don't mind it versus Burn. Okay, Scalding Tarn deck. All right. Show me your islands. Show me your islands. Show me your moves. Yeah. I may not be pronouncing the Smash Brothers sound effects properly. It's been like 20 years since I played it. Maybe longer.
Oh, longer. You were playing that a long time ago on that tiny TV.
No, I never owned it.
No, but I mean Kyle or whoever would bring it over. You don't have your attorneys in your room.
Oh, what is going on here? Oh, we're up against maybe
You guys played 4
creativity?
You were playing 4-player split screen on that tiny TV. On GoldenEye.
No, the stupid effing card. I don't want to counter it. But I have to counter it. Eats up everything else in my deck.
Yep. That's what the Spare Svaelun was for.
There's like a lot of stuff to hit with this Force Negation, but it's also possible that they need that thing to resolve or they're dead. Okay, we'll play Ilando and attack for 2-0.
PK Fire.
PK Fire.
Which wasn't even his move in the game. That was Paulo's move.
Whatever. He absorbed all their powers. That's how it worked. How dare you do that? Okay, he's dead. Yeah, show me your moves. Another Hex Catcher.
Is patience the way to play this one?
Well, that is a good question. Do we play patiently or do we play hyper aggro? The aggro thing to do is to play Svaelun. So the only way I get punished for playing Svaelun is if they have a bolt here. But I think they would have played it already. Because if they go for creativity next turn, I can counter it. So if they bolt this, have creativity, I'm doomed. Now I feel a little comfortable here. Wow, you just peeling off lands like that Ren and 6 didn't matter. I hate that card. I hate that card.
There you go.
Yeah. Math man, math man, math man. 1% of viewers will know what I'm talking about. The Canadian ones. I think that was a Canadian show, wasn't
Yes, Square One was Canadian. That episode where he got to eat Mr. Glitch, that was like top 10 betrayals of all time.
it? Oh, am I screwing this up? I think I'm supposed to like Hexcatcher and then return. I can't remember if they have Fury. It's been so long. Because now I can just get Fury to death here. And it would be so bad. Whereas I could have just attacked for 1, play the Hexcatcher at end of turn, and then play the Lord. Were you ever graced with the wonderful song known as the DK64 rap? No. Another Leyline binding. By the way, I looked into that DK64 music. It's Banjo-Kazooie music. It's literally Banjo-Kazooie music. It's like, hey, just change the homework a little bit. That's all it is.
It's all Grant Kirkhope, pretty sure.
So anyway, people got sick of the Banjo-Kazooie music like really quickly.
DK.
I was listening every single track. It's exactly what is in. It's like just a slightly different variation of Banjo-Kazooie. Creativity forbids you to play any creatures and artifacts except tutor targets, basically. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. So I shouldn't be worried about Fury. Did they have Fire and Ice? I got 4 power on the battlefield. You fear my 4 power. I got all these dismembers.
He doesn't have any creatures.
I know. Neither do I. The hell is this? Oh, cycling? Recycling now? That's desperation. I guess they have all the combo cards in hand, but they can't really play it in the face of these hex catchers. And they still need like a dwarf on the battlefield. So I guess hitting that Ren and 6 actually did something. Here we go, people. Is it go time? Is it go time? We're basically gonna... If this doesn't work, they die. It's basically how it is. If this don't work, they don't eat tonight.
Can you plink the dwarf?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can point the dwarf. Big time. Seems like they ran out of gas.
What a weird game.
Attack! F this card. Okay, are they gonna kill this thing with a dwarf? No, they're gonna go for the combo. That's what they want to do. I'm gonna increase my clock by 1. Here comes the dwarven mine. You're gonna die in 3 turns, though. Buddy.
He doesn't know about all these dismembers.
They will in a minute. Who's your favorite commander to play with? Thassa God of the Sea and Svaloon.
Saffron Olive.
He's not a commander.
3.
You should target my thing too. Here we go. Give me a lord. Give me a lord. Make it. That's. I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Okay.
My community was just telling me that they like Dismember in this matchup. I don't! I would have won by now if this Dismember was something else. If you creativity into Fury, yeah, it would be terrible, wouldn't it? Alright, well, Dismember is actually going to be useful here, because I'm going to off this stupid thing. And win with the Mutavault, I guess. I don't have to do this right now. Let's get some information. Let's get some intel. Okay, I got intel.
I don't think that you top decked it. 3, 2, 1.
I don't think Leyline Binding can hit this, so. Okay, good. What do we do? Okay, Harbinger. Sort of. Actually, hold on. Harbinger might not be completely useless. I can hit that stupid treasure token idiot. Could even bounce. Okay, what do I? Okay, definitely want Flusterstorm. Oh, yeah, okay. So a lot of you are like, the Spreading Seas plan. The Spreading Seas plan is amazing. All right, let's try your stupid Spreading Seas plan.
We'll see.
Maybe it's genius. I don't know. It slows down the stupid Leyline Binding card. Okay, Mistcaller is also technically good in this matchup. Got to keep the Tide Shaper for this stupid Spreading Seas plan. Get rid of a Subtlety, I guess.
Have you ever randomly matched with Saffron?
No, actually. I've never played against him. Never happened. Tide Shaper. So those can't... Okay, this is interaction. Maybe I'll take out a Lord. I could take out Trickster. Trickster's not that great. Okay. The Spreading Seas plan is great. Tide Shaper is bad. Oh, so you want to keep Spreading Seas but leave Tide Shaper? That doesn't make any sense. Do you ever use Dockhand? Oh, yeah, all the time. I love it. Miscall is a meta call. Delays the dwarf a turn. I don't think that's worth it. But I mean, if we can make it harder for them to cast, I don't know, Ren and 6 Leyline Binding, maybe that's okay. Like, these games go long all the time. They always go long.
Just a few years ago, everyone was complaining that Modern was a turn 2 format.
Well, here's one of those games where my Mistcaller is going to get eaten up by Ren and 6 on turn 2. Eagle says, board it all. Oh, did I leave the Dismembers in? Okay, good. Couldn't remember what I did. That's tempting. Okay. Merfolk. Oh, they're fetching immediately. Do you like the look of this card? This card's better with an Ether Vol on one, but whatever. When it's a surprise. I always play one Ashok Dreamrender in my sideboard. That's a great idea. I don't play Merfolk, so I don't know how good it would be. It would be good. A little bit clunky in this particular deck, but it would be okay. No, that's a great idea. Hit the Lord.
Wow.
Then we're going to smack this thing or this thing. What's more important, the green or the...
Is that the red or the white?
They would have blue, red, blue, green. But if I hit this, they'd have... Well, yeah, let's wait to see if I have a decision. There's no white here. I don't know what to do. This is another Ren and 6, so I might as well hit the Ren and 6 mana. This is red, black. This is green. I'm just gonna hit the Ren and 6 mana, I guess. Well, these draws suck.
It's just filtering them out of your deck.
New England Clam Chowder. Is that the red or the white? Damn it, I never remember that. White! Well, okay, so, well, I can't do anything about this card. Okay, well, we're just flooding out. Pass. Okay, this is the last time we're playing the Spreading Seas plan. This was the fucking dumbest idea ever. I knew it was bad. I knew it was... It's just such a huge tempo loss. I mean, I think it's a tempo loss.
Hold on, the game's not done yet.
Now, true, I mean, maybe I'm flooding out, but still... They can still... Like, it doesn't prevent them... The idea of this is to prevent them from playing a Dwarven Mine, which I don't think even prevents it all that much. And even then, they can still play, like, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, have, like, a tutorable target, or sorry, have a target for their cards, and still go off. Like, it doesn't change much. And the games go long anyway. Maybe you could have Splash White. Maybe I will say maybe the Spreading Seas plan on the play makes sense. On the draw, it makes absolutely no sense. All right, we are going to attack. I will say this: they don't have white mana up, so, but that was more from me countering their stupid Ren and 6. Let's go. Just need a few lords. No, 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 no. You don't. You do that. No, 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 no. After your spell. Maybe you can splash white. I'm not doing that. I'm not splashing white for one matchup.
I would.
If you watch my channel long enough, I've willingly dumped matchups many times. So I'm just like, okay, screw it. We'll just lose to this one deck. And I have no problem doing that versus Yawgmoth. What is going on here? Enter the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control. Ooh, but we have that for this. So is that what they brought in? Or are they having both of them? Like an Archon of Cruelty and the stupid Sarah's Emissary. We're going to die to this Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Or will we? Maybe we won't. Oh, okay, we're going to die to this Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh, they do have the treasure tokens. White, but this isn't anything. This is a blue. I guess they could cast it. They got a lot of treasure tokens. Oh, actually, hold on. They can't do anything with this Mistcaller on the battlefield. Yeah, I forgot. Like we've got creativity under control. Well, well, well. What do we have here? We have a Sveluni. Unfortunately, I cannot play my Otawara. Okay, pass.
But it does make it one cheaper.
Yeah, but I'm still short. The game's afoot. Aha! Even the Spreading Seas plan didn't do squat.
Lame.
Oh yeah, super lame. Lame. Now they can make infinite reflection of Kiki Jikis because they can like copy each other. Oh, I guess they gotta wait one turn. No, it has haste. So you just copy this one, and the other one the new one can copy this one, and then all of a sudden the whole place is full of these stupid things. Why would they attack with it though? Now you can't copy the other one and make an army equal to the amount of mana that you have. Not that it matters.
Wrath of God. Come on, let's
Why
go.
Flusterstorm instead of Spell Pierce? Much better versus Living End and Creativity.
You can plink a Tycoon. Didn't want to do that.
Nope. Okay, F this stupid Spreading Seas plan.
Bye, Spreading Seas.
It's probably better on the play than on the draw. I think on the draw you just have to be more interactive. I would like to get this Harbinger in play. Harbinger can bounce that stupid creature. And that seems appealing. Is it better than Trickster? I doubt it. I know, Dark Lord likes to leave 2 Dismembers in. I mean, truth be told, I don't know the ultimate best way. Okay, I'm going to take out one Trickster. Like, Trickster doesn't even look that useful outside of holding up Flash Counterspell or holding up a creature at Flash speed. I'm trying to think of Harbinger. Is this like a card that is only good when it's poor? Maybe not. So I'm doing it. I would love to go first. You know what? Maybe I'm overrating this Mistcaller. This is just completely outclassed by everything.
Oh, yes.
I have to mulligan. This is just so bad. It's basically the same hand. but I'll keep it though. Pitch a Cavernous Souls, done. I can eat up Ren and 6 by the next turn. It's one good thing about this hand. Well, like I think the part of playing Mistcaller in this deck in the first place was for this matchup. So if it's not good in this matchup, then I would just take it out and play anything else. Force Negation is beautiful. So if they want to bolt this, I guess they can go find a mountain. Oh, sorry, yeah, they can go find Stomping Ground as well. Sure. That actually makes it a lot harder to defeat Ren and 6. Maybe the right move was pass. No, I don't want to do that, though. That is just awful. At least they took 2 damage off of... Or I guess, yeah, they took an extra 2 damage from shocking themselves. Alright, well, we are...
online and in control.
I don't know about that.
Look at how far you...
Have you tried Unlicensed Hearse in Merfolk? Nope. Because I don't need it. I don't play any Graveyard Hate. And it wouldn't help here either. Ooh.
This is getting spicy.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. What do we have here? Or Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding, Ren and 6. Leyline Binding, Red and 6. Leyline Binding, Ren and 6.
Ren and 6, because you only do 1 damage.
Well, it's going to be a 2-2 anyway. What else do they use white for? Hold on. I'm going to quickly... I'm not It's like it's... Oh, they have Prismatic Ending Sama copies. It's actually they don't have a lot of green cards. They have Veil of Summer. They have Teferi. Okay, it's tough. We've already countered like Ren and 6, but I guess I'll hit the Stomping Ground still. Yeah, I have no Graveyard Hate at all. Almost every single graveyard deck, I just beat him with counter spells.
No, that's for blue, pal.
Yeah, they tested. All right, we hit the right land. When they do that, we hit the right land. Does not add green. All right, let's go, 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 go before they find their Leyline Bindings. I mean, they might have Leyline Binding. Oh, you have Fire and Ice. Damn it. You are free. Why do I have no cards left? I have nothing. Where'd my cards go? Because of Force Negation?
Yes.
On that stupid Ren and 6? Oh, well, that's not good. It's one way to get rid of Graveyard Hate. There's the Dwarf token. Strike it rich. Alright, they're getting ready. So I need a land next turn. I'm going to get creativity out of this game. Or I guess a blue card would also help. Blue card or island. Damn it. This is the worst. Michael says, hello, I want to Dollar Tree and make it back. It's now the $1.25 USD store inflated.
I was at Dollar Tree the other day. I was looking for disposable coasters.
This is going to be so bad, such bad value, but I'm going to take the vial up to 3. Okay, come on. Please. Please give me a land. Oh, damn it. I gotta pitch it. Oh, no, they're just striking it rich again. That's fine. Do you feel rich? They might just hard cast their payoff cards. Damn it. Oh no, this actually is not too bad. I'm going to hold this in hand. And I'm just going to play the Svelune. Imagine that Ren and 6 got to resolve. I'd probably be just completely screwed at this point. Leyline Binding? How greedy is that? It's a completely wrong time to do anything and everything. Oh, that felt great! What are they afraid of? Master of Waves? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. You get a 2/2 that I can't compete with. Alright, let's counter it. Alright, we gotta draw ourselves out of this hole.
Big.
It's not terrible.
Counter spells.
It's also not terrible.
Huh.
Gonna attack with anything, huh? I'm gonna make you regret that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just hope they're not like really close to like just casting Archon of Cruelty. Okay, we'll Trickster. Are we in position if we top deck a Lord? No, we're not. Just hoping our opponent's sandbagging a bunch of lands. So I play Lord. If I draw Flusterstorm, it's probably useless. Yeah, let's just play Lord here.
Aggro.
Because if we put him to 1, and they play, I don't know, they create, or they even hardcast Archon of Cruelty, I think that would be fine. Okay, so that was a bolt. It's fine.
So we got one card now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they obviously have nothing. So now I'm rooting for them to draw out things like Ren and 6. Get Ren and 6! Or maybe not. We'd probably buy them a lot of turns. Okay. I got what I asked for. I can't complain. Remember when Nikachu was super hyped on Merfolk Saga? Huh? Okay, so for every dwarf that they draw, so every dwarf costs a life. That's what it comes down to here.
Big.
I would like a land so I can play Tide Shaper. Okay, everything's gonna go at our opponent. F Ren and 6, I don't care.
Trickster.
And they're gonna run out of these dwarves too. Not useful. You're not helping. Okay, I'll let them take 2 and just pass the turn.
I think you got it in the back.
It'd also be dope if they had more formats, like two-headed giant Arca. Well, you mean on Arena?
Did you get it, pal? 3.
No, yeah, they're not dead yet. That's why I really wanted to land, so I can just play this Tide Shaper for nothing. They don't have Archon of Cruelty in hand either. Or, okay, I spoke too soon. I guess they just top decked it? Okay, enters the battlefield. Or attacks. Target opponent sacks permanent. You gain a bunch of life, so I need to top deck a Lord for Great Justice. How does it work? As battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacks a creature. Or planeswalker discards a card, loses 3 life. You draw a card, gain 3 life. Okay. So yeah, I need to top deck a I need help. That's basically what I need some help. Okay, so I have to discard a card. Okay, we'll sack the Trickster. Discard Ether Vial. Island Walk Lord would win here.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Boom! Ah.
Okay, it's not over. But it's quite bad. Okay, so I can attack with Sveloon by... Actually, there's a lot of problems. Ren and 6 can go down and kill my Hex Catcher. Maybe I should have flashed in Hex Catcher and let it die because the Ren and 6 can't pick it off. Because they're going to go to 8. Just trying to think what I can draw. I don't have Dismember in my deck for this Archon of Cruelty. You know what would be a pretty good card, actually, in this metagame right now? It's just Counterspell.
Maybe you can get a Trickster.
We'll cast this. Just attack the opponent. Interesting draw. That's actually an interesting draw. So we'll cast this and pass. So you go to 8. If I draw Lord, I still kill you. Because I can take a 9 damage here. So Ren can kill this. Attack, sack 1. I discard Ether Vial. Maybe I'll even bounce this stupid thing. So I take 9, 10 most. You gotta pay the ward, buddy. Oh no, I'll take actually. So I got the math messed up because this thing was on the board pumping my creature, so I'm only attacking for 7 next turn.
Plump them up.
Okay, maybe I think I'm dead at this point. Funny enough, I was mana screwed this game. I needed to be able to play like a Tide Shaper and a 2-drop on the second turn, and I would have outmuscled these stupid Dwarven tokens. This, by the way, another example why I don't really like spreading the spreading seas plan I've heard of in this matchup, because the games just go long. Like, the games never end very quickly. I mean, you just have to ask yourself, how often do the games go beyond, like, turn 5? And the spreading seas plan just doesn't work. What are you doing, opponent? What are you doing? What can I do? Okay, maybe it's not completely over. I can play Harbinger, bounce this idiot. They'll replay it at full retail, but I'll only lose 3 life. What are you doing? Oh, they're fetching. That's a gamble, because now again, if I draw that Lord, you're dead. Uh-oh, what is this for white? That can't be good. Sounds like Prismatic Ending.
What is it?
It can't be anything good for me. If they're tapping white mana, it looks bad. Get rid of the white mana. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Oh, damn it. Okay, well, okay, things are looking grim again. Ethergust is excellent in this matchup too. Remove the goblin tokens. Fail a summer proof. I don't honestly really like interacting with those combo things. Like, we have a million counter spells, right? I think the only thing I need to do is, it would be nice if there was a really clean way to deal with Ren and 6 without having to, like, force negate myself. Okay, well, that's not good.
You had everything.
Because force negation is a 2-for-1. Wow! Those were the last 2 cards. So, like, what if they played that from their hand? I guess that would have been more dangerous than this one.
You really squeezed it out at the end.
Protection from creatures and from instants. What's my last? I just want to know. I just want to know for the sake of it.
Trickster.
Yeah. There's the land that I was waiting for the entire game.
Lame.
That was a close match. I think the creativity matchup is not that bad. And I might have thrown game 2 because I went for the spreading seas plan. But like, this is how a lot of the creativity games go. Like, you deal with some threats, they run out of things to do, and then you just try to close it out from there. I don't really see the idea of choking them on mana when the game is going to go pretty long anyway. And a lot of their threats are 1 mana anyway. Like, I don't mind when you try to siphon things like Ren and 6, but in the long game, you're not really hurting this card either, because it comes out so early. It's usually the most impactful early on in the game. Now, let's go on to the last match. I think the league overall is pretty good. Ren in 6 is not a reasonable Magic card. If that card gets banned, creativity is going to lose a lot of value. Is going to lose a lot of value. And also for the Dismember stands, remember how I lost that game? They just hard cast. They hard casted a Archon of Cruelty, which I could not have killed. And then they hit 2. What's it called? They hit 2 creatures at once with their creativity to put the what is it, Sarah's Emissaries in play? I think it's just a little too easy to play around. Who knows? Maybe if I killed one of the tokens, they might have died, though. Maybe if I... But it would be so awkward using Dismember on one of those tokens, especially when I was choked on mana. And way more incentivized to put creatures in play. Although I will say, I'm not thrilled about Mistcaller. Like, I know this is the matchup for Mistcaller, but you can still, like, lose to the... You can still lose to just a random aggro plan, right? Like with Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And it's still so vulnerable to Ren and 6. This hand looks fine. I will keep it. And we lost the die roll. I'd love to see that stupid card eat it, play the greedy mana bases without the fixing. Yeah, I know. Ren and 6 makes absurd mana bases really smooth. Another burn deck. Burn's getting popular lately. We have an okay hand versus burn, but I think they can outmuscle it. We need more creatures. That was a very, very, very bad draw. I like the Port Merfolk because it's a big butt. I do. I also like... by default, I like that card as well. In that matchup... Oh, actually, in that matchup, it's not bad either because it's got the Island Walk. And they've got almost the perfect start. Goblin Guide turn 1 into Swiftspear turn 2 is technically the perfect start. Although I'll get less draws off of the Goblin Guide. Did Burn do well in the Hunter Burden? I don't know. Every so often people are like, Burn's back. Let's go sleeve up some Burn. Is Burn good right now? I think it has a good matchup versus creativity. I don't remember. I think, yeah, because, like, it's too fast. Like, almost every spell can hit the creatures, and they're just mostly hitting face anyway. So I think Burn is a good matchup versus creativity. It's got a good chunk of good matchups right now.
It's coming back. When are they going to print a 1 mana burn card that deals 20 damage?
Never. I don't know. Magic the Gathering in 3,140 when, like, there's such power creep. They have to, like, increase on the life totals of everybody. Okay, finally we draw enough. Okay, well, thank you, Goblin Guide, for finding a land for me. I appreciate it. Much appreciate you, Goblin Guide. So if my opponent doesn't play a land, I think we're in a good position. Oh, God. That's not good news. That's worse news. It's the worst thing I could possibly see. You're going to Lava Spike me. It's a lot of damage, but I have to deal with the stupid Goblin Guide. I'm thinking I can either exchange this Mist Collar for this Goblin Guide or for this thing. I'll take 7, go to 5. Yeah, I think I'll exchange for the Goblin Guide, even though I save 1 less life. And I'm going to keep Maximum Lords to hopefully block these Swift Spears. Find me another land. Oh, he found me Mutavault. That's great.
In 3023, Tarmogoyf finally becomes good again as they add the 21st card type to the game. Yeah, that could work. It's not impossible. And now you're going to turn it all around.
I don't know about that.
It's going to be nothing but bangers.
Okay, that is interesting. Because I can activate Mutavault to sack it to Hexcatcher. Attack for 2. I can let one of these die to a burn spell. Be really scared if they just attack with both. What do I do if they just attack with both? Sack 2 creatures. Riftbolt? Ooh, that is very, very, very scary. Okay, do I have lethal? If they don't block the Lord of Atlantis. It's gonna have to be calculated, because I have a lot of damage. 2 of these. Do I have lethal even if I don't care? Well, we'll just tap a bunch of stuff, activate a bunch of stuff. What is this? It's really close. 5, 6, 10. Yeah, it's lethal.
Merfolk squeezes it out.
Yep. In the year 3040, when I lose the game to my opponent comboing off in response to my pre-mulligan to the pre-mulligan action. It's funny. I guess I should technically just put this thing in play. Just showed my opponent you're dead. You're already dead. There's nothing you can do here. I hate losing before my ley line hits the board. Yeah, I know. Damn it. Good game. In the year, what year is it? In the year 3040, you know, basically reaching the first turn of the game is like basically the end stage of the game. Things like the attack step are like ancient history. It's only something you read about. Come on, let me play my Ether Vol. I don't feel like slow rolling you here. What's this stream called? I didn't even look at the name. Okay. I had it the entire time. They must have thought, oh, I have a chance. No, you don't. Sorry about that. Sorry, buddy. Bro, that's a 1-drop. Like, the game is even gonna go that long. Yeah, basically when you open up a booster pack, it's all 0. It's like -2 drops, -1, 0 drops, and like maybe a few 1 drops. Everything is at instant speed. You can play in the future. Everything has flash. Like that's just. Or there was a point where they just got rid of flash as a mechanic because they just errated the game, so everything has flash. Okay, I'm on the draw. Spreading seas effects suck. Take out dismember.
You cast your 0 mana counter spell that counters target player on joining the game.
It says Modern Merfolk, then Legacy Merfolk. Oh, great. It's basically what I had last week. Or last 2 weeks. They mulligan, that's good. We're going to mulligan too. This sucks.
They mulliganed.
I don't like going to 5 versus a burn deck, but I think that's what we're going to do. There is an option to keep this, dump the Mutavault, because I can't use it at all, and then just praying to God that I draw an island, and I can use Subtlety, pitch Svelune, but that just seems like so many cards. Oof. This hand's reasonable. Okay, I'll keep this, dump the Ether Vial, and I guess 1 Flusterstorm. Sounds actually very reasonable. Dude, you're playing lands? Where do you even get those anymore? Like, that's so far into the future. That's 1,000 years into the future. 30 in the year 3040.
Negative CMC cost cards.
I guess technically I should still play the Cavern Souls first. Counter target player. They owe Wizards of the Coast $15 and a thank you for the opportunity. If they change the rules to 30 life. Oh no, deep at 1,000 years from now, yeah, there's definitely going to be, your starting life total is probably at 1,000 or something. Swift Spear, my nemesis, my greatest nemesis, arguably. In 3040, I want my magic cards to appear in real life when I'm playing them, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel deck. They're asking you what's your favorite kind of cheese.
Oh, that's a tough one. Maybe cheddar jack? Jack cheddar, rather? It's pretty good.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's like a cheddar, but with some red pepper in it. Like spicy. Spicy red pepper.
Alright, so... It looks like I'm going to counter this Rift Bolt.
I mean everything.
There's always the chance that my opponent plays Eidolon of the Great Revel, and then my cards are just garbage.
Mozzarella. Gorgonzola.
Magic the Gathering Online 3040 is definitely hologram space.
You know, Limburger, whatever. No, I don't eat that stuff.
Maybe I should play Mutavault first just to attack with it. I didn't even think about that line.
That cheese with all the maggots in it.
Ew.
I don't eat that. Yeah. Never heard it.
Adds to the flavor.
Ricotta. Oh, yeah, ricotta's good.
Okay, well, while Searing Blaze is down, I guess we'll attack with our Mutavault.
Never liked cottage cheese, though. It's too weird. Feta. String cheese. String cheese is good.
You're not really... I don't think you're being very specific. I like Kraft Singles.
American cheese.
The non-thin sliced stuff. I'm going to let that through.
Oh, yeah, blue cheese is good.
Damage.
Blue cheese is good stuff. Your cheese choice is demonic, they say.
I don't care. And it's not the thin ones I like. Or is it? No, I like the thins. Do I like thins? What's in the fridge?
Probably craft singles is what you're thinking.
Yeah, but there's thin ones and then there's
Oh.
thick ones, and I think I have the thick ones. Thin is too thin for me.
Oh yeah, baby bells are sweet. Love cracking open a baby bell.
I think I'm just gonna be as aggro as possible with this hand.
Yeah, grilled cheese sandwich. With a bit of ketchup on
I think every shred of damage is gonna matter, so I'm gonna put the Master of the Pearl Trident in play and get an extra 2 damage in.
That is good.
Bacon Guide is the best.
Bacon Gouda.
Bacon Gouda. Looks like they have a Lightning Helix in hand, which sucks! Oh, they're afraid that I have... What? Okay, so the next time a sorcerer choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. The damage prevented that way, it deals that much damage to its source's controller. So basically, it's a 3 damage spell.
So fog.
They're like, got him! This is not a good card versus me. Anyway, I will, I guess, deal an extra point of damage to myself. That's just how it's going to be. But I deal 3 damage to them. Deflecting, palming an opponent's Emrakul. Yes, that is the dream. That's the point of the card too. Don't want to take this damage. I go to 5. They play Swift Spear. Yeah, I'm gonna take the damage.
Craft singles are a lie. It's not real cheese. I'm pretty sure it's closer to being plastic than.
That's the why I like it. I'm lactose intolerant. I need the plastic.
When
I can't eat real cheese.
When I was in Philly, I went to a Dollar General or something, and I bought this, I think it's called Acre Farms brand cheese. No dairy in it. 100% fake.
Okay, they clearly have a spell, but now I can counter that spell if they want to try to kill me this turn. Oh, you have a spell. I know it. I know it. You don't BS me here.
No, Family Dollar is where I got it.
Who do you think you're fooling? Not me. Come on, blue card. I want a blue card. Not a blue card. That's actually awful. So I need to leave some dummy on defense. I guess it'll be Mutavault.
You can get real fake cheese that's better than craft singles.
I'm guessing they have an instant.
If you want mac and cheese, you should go for Velveeta.
Okay, I wonder, do they have Deflecting Palm again? No. Bruh, why all the hate on craft singles? They're dope. Yeah, you can, it's so bite-sized. Uh-oh. Goblin Guide. Okay. What am I going to do about this? Ugh. Draw me... I don't even know why I want them to draw me. Ether File. That is brutal! Okay, I can actually survive a burn spell here, though. At least one. So I'm at 4 life, so I don't need the Force Negation this turn. Please lightning bolt this thing. It's an intricate game of chess, as the burn matchups are. I got nothing. You got burn spells, I'm toast. Or if you have more than one burn spell, I'm toast. Alright, let's block.
Let's see those pre-game actions.
Yeah. I block these idiots. If they both survive, I kill you next turn, so you might have to use your burn spell. Whoa! Oh, you have 2 bolts on my upkeep? What do you got?
That'll be a got him.
Oh, that's it. They got nothing. Well, I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I got 10. I got tons of 10 damage stuff. The Ether Vial was terrible. I guess they just have a bunch of lands or something. Or maybe Eidolon or something if they didn't want to play it. Sometimes you don't need protection versus burn spells. You just throw your creatures into the void, and that's good enough. Or maybe, do they have the slow roll now? Do they have the 2 bolts and I'm actually dead? That's possible.
That'll be brutal.
Yeah, it would be brutal. So if I can't play Mistcaller, what am I going to play in the future? It's a draw. It's going to draw the game. It's a draw. We're going to kill each other simultaneously. Because I'm at 4 life. They'll like, if they prevent one of these. Okay, so the game goes on, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like Dark Lord is like, what? No, I was kidding. I was kidding. So they'll take 10, I'll take 4, and we're going to go on to game 3. But I'm ahead 1 game.
Wow.
All right, deal 4 damage to me.
It's a draw.
Good game. It's a draw.
Second time we've seen it.
Yeah. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it does. Okay, so who's on the... I don't remember who's on the play. I think whoever was on the play the prior game still gets to be on the play, if I understand the rules correctly. So I don't want to break, because it's this matchup is so play draw dependent. Like, you are so... The Spreading Seas plan is so powerful on the play. It's so good. But on the draw, it's garbage.
I would just make a box of Velveeta shells and dump the chili in it.
I'm almost incentivized to bring Dismember in to kill my own creature. I'm pretty sure the rules work. Yeah, I lost the die roll. Whoever was on the play the prior game gets to go on the play again. Hand is terrible.
I think it's good.
Hey, Shamus. They began with 7 cards. Oh, I'm gonna mulligan.
Big.
This hand's pretty poor, but yeah, I mean, it has potential. I'll dump a cavern. Hopefully we draw some creatures. Well, they're going to take some damage from their lands if they're going to start off with Sunbay Canyon. And Goblin Guide might clean the lands off the top of my deck.
Chili needs beans.
Already doing terrible, but a Harbinger of the Tides is very pleasant to see. So much so, I think that's what we're gonna start off with. Island, Ether Vial, and then we'll plan to bounce the Goblin Guide with our Harbinger on turn 2. This is the Eidolon. Oh no, it's the Swift Spear. Another great start. Insane. Still not finding anything good for me. Okay, Flusterstorm revealed off the top. The thing is, Swift Spear is just really hard to block. Very, very difficult to block. I guess I'm incentivized bounce Swift Spear. Then if it's replayed and you cast 1 spell, it can only be a 2 mana creature. And if this thing attack, like, I want this thing to attack and I intend on blocking it anyway. And I might, like, if they try to kill my Harbinger, I'll probably play Force Negation, throwing away Flusterstorm or something.
Chili with beans.
You gonna make a YouTube short of that now? No, probably not. Probably not.
Just make a 1-hour video of it, but loop it over and over again. Make it
Oh, you
loud.
people have noticed that I started making shorts? I hate these shorts. But I'm just experimenting, seeing what happens. Swift Spear. Oh, you got a Swift Spear.
Well, I didn't know that about chili. Now I know.
Lava Spike. You got a Lava Spike.
Yeah.
Has anyone
People have
ever
seen me.
actually seen Nika, bro? Yeah, it's been leaked a few times. Okay, so we get to block the Goblin Guide. We're like almost dead.
Yes, he mooned us one time years ago.
Yeah.
That was like a year ago. It wasn't even a year ago. Those pajamas were riding pretty low, though.
We might be able to kill the Swift Spear. Our life total can't get too low or we're going to get deflecting palm to death. So actually, we got to make sure our life total is, I don't know, above 5. Oh, we have a lot of counter spells. Like I always see in Spike's chat, what's the win con?
Monster CC says he saw me in Vegas, but he can't confirm or deny if I'm a robot.
Yeah. Mask covered your face. Easy to cover up the, the fake silicone. I think the greatest theory is that you've been playing the entire time, and I'm just on. It's like no one sees my hands, touching the mouse or anything.
Except for all those times that you actually play at live tournaments, but
yeah,
that sort of dispels it.
So I've been learning from you the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
Well,
what would you do?
I give you signals all the time. A brobot.
Yeah, brobot.
Well, I do want to get a bot set up on the marketplace at MTGO, BrotherBot. I have stupid deals every week. Everything's very expensive.
Where you just rip everyone off?
Yeah, like Squeena Bob is like 100 tickets or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but there's tons of bots that just try to rip people off.
Oh, no.
Like, I don't know. I guess
I'm not even...
They're not competing with the market that's just out there hoping someone will let you buy their cards for really cheap. Okay, what's going on here? Please attack. I want you to attack.
Weird.
No attack. They feel danger. They should.
Nikachu's brother's brother.
I should be lost in this game. And they know I have at least one Flusterstorm, so that's like relatively easy to play around.
Sveilun.
I guess pass? Still? So when is Nikachu going to change his handle to Nikachu's brother's brother? What?
Yeah, it loops around.
Oh yeah, that's technically me. Nikachu's brother's brother. Our opponent has the option to just keep passing the turn back and forth. Like, I do have to put some pressure on them, and I guess I can start doing that when I have Master the Pearl Trident out. Maybe I'll start attacking. It's awkward. It's just very, very awkward. Because I don't really want a chump block with this either. How many spells can you play now? Still want to do nothing. I have a lot of counter spells. Yeah, time for Master of Waves. We were just watching like my very first video ever. Yeah, Master of Waves. I was playing against a blue-red deck. Master of Waves was there. I set up a big Master of Waves and then they resigned. Ah, the good old days.
You gotta bring that card back. Take it up.
No. Sounds insane.
You're See what happens.
I will I? That's a great draw, actually, because now I can tap down the stupid Swift Spare. Do I attack now? I could attack for a lot. Attack for 5, then attack for more. Yeah, I actually like this idea of doing this now. And then Trickster is available there to block next turn anyway. Then we'll attack for 5. And remember, if they tap these Sunbait Canyons, it's painful. I wonder if any of the 4-mana Merfolk would even be playable now regarding how strong. You know, the only thing stopping Master of Waves is basically Leyline Binding. Oh, sorry. It's Leyline Binding and Dress Down. Those are 2 problems. Okay, so it's got a few problems. It's not a clean card right now. Yeah. Wow, Shamus, you were an OG. Back in the Get Dunked On days. What you want to do, Kurzad? What do you want to do? And also I can sack creatures to Hexcatcher if necessary. Lightning Helix me.
Nah.
I don't really like the idea of that, to be honest. I think that is a good move. Too big of a tempo swing.
If he's got another spell, he won't be able to survive the storm count.
It's Lightning Helix.
With a steel chair. My God. He's killed him.
Now, Flusterstorm still might work. Because I can Fluster and then sack a Merfolk with Hexcatcher. So they take 5, go to 10. They're still taking damage from all these things, including Arid Mesa if they ever want to tap that or sack that. They should probably sack it soon.
Yeah.
Better sooner than later. So I think I'm comfy with our spot here. I think we're in a comfortable spot.
Okay.
Oh, or they're on the card draw plan now. Well, that is not a good plan. They know about one Flusterstorm because they revealed it to a Goblin Guide. But maybe they just have nothing better to do. Hello there.
You're going to squeak it out.
I think I'm just going to attack with everything. Because it's lethal, right?
Just make sure that he doesn't got that facepalm nonsense again.
Well, I got something for the facepalm nonsense. All right, they're super dead. We're just going to attack with everything. They block the largest thing, they still die. Still 9 damage. Let's see it. Let's see it one more time.
Imagine if you tie it up again, it would go to game 4.
Yeah. I knew it. We knew it. We knew it. Anyway, we have the answer this time.
Let's go to game 4.
This is actually the problem with deflecting palm. Like, it's not good on offense. Like, if it was only... If I might be dead if they just had like a regular burn spell. But no, they wanted deflecting palm instead. All right. That's fair. And they lose. All right.
Okay.
Overall, not a bad league. Not a bad league. I think this is the last league that you're going to see me play with.
Miss Caller?
Yeah, this is the last league I'm gonna play with Miss Caller. Like, maybe it shores up the Yawgmoth matchup a little bit, but it just feels unplayable versus creativity, so I'll just go back to Dockhand. I don't really have anything to say about the other cards in this deck. You know what I should really experiment with? Just Counterspell. I should experiment with Counterspell. Because that would be good versus Elementals, Creativity, Yawgmoth. But it would require taking out at least 2 Cavernous Souls. But I think I could play... Or actually, you know what? I could experiment with Mana Leak. Mana Leak will be way weaker versus Creativity, but it wouldn't be unplayable. What was the final record? It was a 3-2. I lost a close one to Hammer Time, and I lost a close one to Creativity, although I sort of threw a game because I tried this infamous Spreading Seas plan, which I thought was trash. I was gonna say, and we had like Mist Caller both games. Yeah, I know. Lord Magicus loves Mana Leak as well, so we could test Mana Leak because I have a lot of sideboard slots here. Like, we don't need Mist Caller. It can be Dockhand. Hold on.
Seize Claim.
I definitely want to keep... bring in some Dockhands. The rest of the main, I think, is fine. What do I shed from here? I can sack a Spreading Seas, a Harbinger, maybe even 2 Flusterstorms to try out Mana Leak. And I think this would be fine-ish versus almost every deck. I don't know how good this is versus Elementals, but maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's worth trying out. All right. Appreciate you guys. If you're watching the stream, we're going to keep streaming for everyone on the replay.
That's it for today.
Yeah. Bye-bye.